Why You at Work, along with my co-host, Dr. Rock. Tune in every Saturday morning at 10 a.m.
Hi, this is Showtime the Hype Man. We are broadcasting live on Philly Hot Radio. It's a great Saturday. The sun is open up where we all can do what we want to do. So this is a Saturday morning show. We just want to make, for those who are about to tune in to watch us around the world, we are broadcasting live around the world. My name is Showtime the Hype Man. We are doing a brand new show here where we hope that our fans and everybody else will tune in to watch us on the YouTube channel. Also, we are broadcasting live and make sure that everything that we are doing, that it go well before we get started. We have a brand new show. I'm excited about this show where we want to open up to the public and make sure that the public is happy for what we're trying to do. So we are broadcasting live on the YouTube channel. Those who want to go on the YouTube channel, that you can go to Philly Hot Radio. That is 2 T's, where you can log in, and also you can open up where you can get an app that say Philly Hot Radio, where we are broadcasting around the world. So it's important for those of us that we're live on Philly Hot Radio, and hoping that our audience and those who are watching us, that we have a great show today to make sure that we make you happy so you can feel comfortable and inside your own home. This is a podcast radio show where we're doing what other people say that what we couldn't do. Philly Hot Radio, maybe we've been doing some different things, and we're excited about what has really been taking place at this radio station, because we are in the new trials of working on some new technology and hoping that our show and all our listeners that are watching us around the world, that they get a great show today. And I'm hoping that Showtime the Hype Man can give y'all what you're looking for a Saturday show, broadcast live every Saturday. And it only takes a team effort for all of us to do what we are doing. I'm hoping that for those who are watching us, that we continue to do what we are doing, and hoping that the fans and all the people that are watching this broadcast show, we've been doing this for going on our 20th month that we've been here, me and Dr. Rock. And also I want to give Dr. Rock a shout out. For those who know, that Dr. Rock usually be sitting right on my left-hand side where you see her at, where she'll be here hoping next week or whatever long it takes, Dr. Rock. We just want to keep her in prayer and keep her family and all those who have lost a son because of gun violence. My name is Showtime the Hype Man. We are broadcasting live on Philly Hot Radio. But so before we get into the show, we're going to talk about what is actually going on around the world, and also what is going on around the global world, where so many people are still depressed. So many people are still have never figured out how to survive mentally and spiritually. What I want to give my audience and those who are watching us broadcast around the world, give you a little bit of head up. It all starts with you. So for those who just sitting around, wonder why me, why this, why me, why this, all that stuff that you're watching and thinking about is really nothing. You ever been in a situation where you manifest your spirit, where some of the things that you're doing, where you wonder why all it wasn't nothing, but we made it out of nothing? We have to realize when we join life and when we do things that's according to the spirit, where spiritual things had affected us a long time ago, where most of our audience and those who are watching us around the world, that spiritual effective can affect you at the age of 13, 14 years old, where you will carry on some things that maybe happened to you as a young woman or a young man that maybe did some at the age of 14 years old, where half of y'all are not understanding why you have these spirits or lingering on over at you 50 years old. My name is Showtime the Hype Man. We are broadcasting live around the world, but I hope that those who are watching me on Philly Hot Radio, we are broadcasting live on the Facebook Live. We are broadcasting live on Instagram Live. We are broadcasting live on the YouTube channel. We are global around the world where God has placed his hands on everything we do. My name is Showtime the Hype Man on Philly Hot Radio. Before we get into the shows, we're going to be talking about where I've been hearing so many things dealing with gun violence, where the gun violence has peaked, where the gun violence has spread among our community, where we are looking at children and young folks dying every day across this great country called America. But also in Philadelphia, where we have not come up with a solution or come up with a plan or come up with anything that deals with gun issues and gun violence. For those who are not aware what gun violence is, that means that they are killing and killing and killing and killing each other, where we have lost the spirit of that is my brother, that is my sister. We have lost the spirit of what I want for my brother, I want for my sister. We have lost the unity of loving us in this great country called America. The Afro-American community is suffering bad because so many mothers and fathers are going through losing their children early on, where they have, as long as they live, they're going to have to deal with they lost their sons because of gun violence. Where we are seeing a young boy, 15 years old, was shot down multiple times in the city of Philadelphia. Where we are seeing death after death after death after death after death after death after death. Philly Hot Radio, we are concerned about the community. Philly Hot Radio, we are concerned about the murders what has took place in the city of Philadelphia. We got a big platform, but the only way that we can make it, that a community and all of y'all that tune in to Philly Hot Radio, broadcasting live, that we come together and come up with a solution, come up with a love package, come up with a unity package, come up with an idea where we need, long time ago when James Brown started saying that, say it loud. But we got to come up with an Argus in a group, or someone can come up with a great idea to spread the message around every blue state city in America, where we should not be every morning on the news, that we should not be seeing another black man on black killing each other. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Showtime the Hype Man on Philly Hot Radio. We are broadcasting live around the world on the YouTube channel. For those who are engaging, understanding what I'm talking about, because we've been talking about gun violence since 2017, where no other podcast, where other radio stations are doing it. And I want to give some of my podcast radio friends, some of my radio personnel friends, I want to give a shout out to all those who are in nonprofit organization that's concerned about gun violence. For those who are watching us live on Facebook Live this morning, the phone lines are open at 484-477-6348. I want to repeat that again. The phone lines are open. 484-477-6348. For those who like to call up or are concerned about the gun violence, for those who see my hat, where I have a hat said that yes, we can. For those who are looking at my hat, the reason why I wore this hat today, because I believe that Philadelphia and all great cities around the world, where yes, we can stop the murder, killing in our city. Can we? Yes, we can. Can we? Yes, we can. Will we? Yes, we will. My name is Showtime the Hype Man. I'm going to continue to do all the praying for all the mothers and fathers and everyone that has been struggling. Why are we still killing each other when over 500 people died in 2020? Also, that 2040 people been shot. I want to repeat that again for those who maybe think this stuff ain't serious, or maybe they don't feel that Showtime the Hype Man do not have the voice and the passion. I have the voice, the passion to do something that have never been done before, global, around the world. Can we? I truly believe that we can stop the reducing of cold-blooded murder of innocent young babies, innocent young men around the world. My name is Showtime the Hype Man. The phone lines are open. Caller, call in 484-477-6348. For those who like to get a little closer, come on in. For those who are watching me, come on in a little closer and pay attention to what I'm talking about. I like for those who maybe just want to sit back. Philly Out Radio, this is Showtime the Hype Man. Good morning, Double D. How you doing?
That's where I'm at with it, brother. So what's your say?
Well, my say is that you're actually right, what you're saying, and it's no question about it. What you're talking about, where you're definitely right. So it's important that what you're saying, it's right. So I just want to continue to do everything right where we are doing everything right. So I don't know what else to say. I just want to continue to do everything right where God is definitely putting us in the right position where things are going to turn in our favor. So I'm so grateful for all the opportunities. I'm grateful for all the sounds of everything that we are doing. I just want to give God the glory first because without God, none of these things are possible. Where it's important that everything we do from this day on, that God will make sure that everything's going to be all right. But also want to talk about their half of the crime where we are seeing broadcasting live around the world, where a lot of people maybe don't understand where that 40% of the 2,400 people that have been shot at, none of these cases get solved. Where we have watched a lot of these cases that they don't get solved, or it's important that all of us understand the concept of really what's going on around the world, global around the world. I don't understand what's going on, but cases like this, you got a lot of men that are walking around right now have never ever been found shooting or killing someone, where they're walking around where we had a guest on our show said that everybody knows who's here and everybody else knows that these people that you know.
Let me jump in here on you
Go
for a
ahead.
second. Let me say this to you. We are walking and living among murder. They keep telling us how the murder rate and how many people have been killed, but they have never yet said how many people have been caught for any of these murders. You understand what I'm saying? We know for sure that the white guy that got shot in his chest down there at in Spring Garden by the two young boys, they found that murder, those two murders in 5 days. What about little Raheem that's been dead for 10 years now? Nobody's never solved these murders. If we was to find out exactly how many unsolved murders there are in Philadelphia, nobody would want to go outside the house. They're not solving these murders, brother. And like you said, even the shootings, they're not solving them. And then when they do get caught, you need to do 10 years automatically for using a weapon. Whether or not it was yours or not, it's unregistered and all the above. You need to give me 10 years for that, plus the crime. They do what they do because they know what the laws are. And the laws is weak on this gun piece. We have got to change this gun law and then make these jokers pay more for a box of bullets. It's only $19.99 for a box of bullets to go out in the street and kill people who's innocent, this, that, and the third. I mean, it's corny. I mean, seriously, this thing is out of control. And they already know who's doing what. Who's doing these straw purchases, this, that, and the third. Don't think that they don't. It's only in certain areas in the city. So somebody in there needs to say something about something so these people can stop doing what they're doing.
Well, I want to say something, Double D, because you started where me and you, before I was on Philly Hot Radio or before I was at any radio station, where Facebook Live was some things that I was doing when I was a part of fighting for justice for a company that was firing black people. But you saw that it was another platform where Facebook has gave all of us an opportunity where we can stick out, where take advantage of the videos and take advantage of Facebook, because everybody that's in a household, even senior citizens, they have Facebook. All the people, young people, old people, middle class people, everybody has Facebook or even Instagram or Twitter. Where we was every Monday we was starting a show where we was trying to find out where the guns are coming at because of the gun law and because the power of some of the people that own guns and pay Congress and senators to make sure that lobbyists pay money to some of your senators and some of your Congress people where they protect the gun laws, and they are reducing more guns out here, where now it hit it in the black community where the other people was really only buying guns, but law enforcement people where guns was only for law enforcement, for those who are CIA, FBI's, for those who are in the military that will buy guns and make new technology. But what they did was the gun law also probably marketed in the black community where that was another resource for someone in the community that they can purchase guns to young folks, where they can buy legal guns in the streets, where somebody is bringing legal guns. It's bigger than Showtime the Hype Man. It's bigger than Philly Hot Radio. It's bigger than any nonprofit organization that are trying to stop gun violence. This thing is bigger than all of us because we can't put our hand in it. And because I'm Showtime the Hype Man, most people maybe are not going to understand what I'm doing. And it's important for me to keep doing what I'm doing and not worry about what people say, what they're doing, and what I'm not doing. I truly believe that God has his hands on this thing, and we're going to get the bottom line of this. Maybe Showtime the Hype Man may not be a part of none of the people that are organizing gun violence in the streets in the city of Philadelphia. I am the voice of the city around the world. I am the voice that can penetrate to the young folks in the city of Philadelphia. I'm an OG, but I'm a young G. I got a style that I can recruit and find out what is really going on. But I need all of my fans, my people that are watching me, those who are that maybe be elected official. You have to disregard what you heard about Showtime the Hype Man. Because I talk about the city so much, where some of the elected officials and some of the key people in this city won't touch me because of grant money, or they're waiting to get a little bit of piece of the pie. It's not about Showtime the Hype Man. It's about saving the youth. So, Daryl, what do you want to say to our audience around the world, and what do you want to say for those who are watching us, broadcasting live? Wow. You know what, Double D? I hear your passion as a concern of what's going on around you in your own community, where when you came up, you talked about the fist fighting, where we maybe had a disagreement, but what happened is that no one is respecting no one, where we have never taught, and then people before us, we have got away from loving who we are as people. Because my name is Showtime the Hype Man Double D, that a lot of people maybe discredit for what I'm trying to do. And because I don't have none of the elected officials and none of the nonprofit organizations have reached out to Showtime the Hype Man, where I have the voice and the passion to fight gun violence in the city of Philadelphia, where I'm fighting this all by myself because we only thinking about money or trying to get a pension check from our job, where our job or what we are trying to do is more important. But we don't realize that when we build love, we build business. When we build love, we bring better community. When we build love and non-unity, where we can open up new business, new opportunity, we can start focus on new schools. We are focused on hatefulness. We are focused on jealousy. We are focused on what a person do wrong. We are focused on he did that wrong. He ain't do that right. We're going to cut him off. We've been focused on the wrong stuff for the last 50 years that we got a way of loving each other. When you have a community don't love each other, when we quick to judge each other, when we quick to hate each other, then we in a world of trouble. You're going to see more death in 2021 because what we are doing, Double D, that we're not used to of new leaders. We're not used to a new wave. We're not used to someone that's new because my style is different as a radio host, podcast host. So a lot of people just watching me and not understanding that I got a gift from God, where I know that if I'm in the right position, have the right people behind me, I believe that Showtime the Hype Man can stop the gun violence in this city and other cities and take our package and our program, what we designed, what it worked it in the corners, and how we started closing down the gap when it deals with murders in the streets of the city of Philadelphia. We need men to rise up. We need young men to rise up. We need the city of Philadelphia to rise up. We need to support to all our sports, entertainment, business people, corporate people. Philadelphia is 168 of one of the most unhappy city. I want to say that again. They did a poll where Philadelphia is 168 of the most unhappy city, where this city is not happy, where we're electing people, we're electing other people. We are one of the worstest unhappy city. When you are 168, when everybody looking at Showtime the Hype Man like I don't know what I'm talking about, because I don't have no elected official friend, because I don't have no nonprofit organization friend, and because I don't have no family support, because I'm by myself, I am fighting the gun issues by myself, because I'm not smiling at my council person, because I'm not smiling at my state rep, because I'm not smiling at my state senator, because I'm not smiling at my Congress, because I'm not smiling at my Pennsylvania senator, and because I'm not smiling of the governor of Pennsylvania and the tri-state, and because I haven't smiled to the mayor of this city, they're not going to respect me.
The thing that we don't have that we really are missing is love and respect for one another. And every time I write something, even on Facebook, you always see me say love and respect, because that's something that we don't have for one another. No love and no respect. And as long as we walk around like that, brother, we, like you said, we're going to have more murders than the law allows this year just as well. We got no love, no respect. It's not shown to us as kids. It's not in our household like it's supposed to be. And there we go. So you can walk out the street and walk up on somebody and just take their life. You understand what I'm saying? Because you don't have that in you. But like I say always, and I end this way, God bless you.
Thank you so much.
You know, you and Dr. Rock, I want to give you a shout out. I pray for you and your family during these troubled times. I love you. Send my love to Earl. Love and respect to you guys and your family, and love and respect to the world. What the world needs now, brother, is love, sweet love. That's what needs right
Well, we want to thank you. Have a good day. That was Double D broadcasting around the world where he called the radio station because he is concerned about the killing and murders that's going to deadly city of Philadelphia. Those who don't know that Philadelphia is 168 cities that are not happy. Wilmington, Delaware is 167, where both cities are close together, where we haven't never came up with an idea or a 24-hour marathon of building what is going on, where we go on press and we go on the TV, where we have a nonprofit organization that come there and they sit there like, but because of some of these nonprofit organizations, they get money where someone showed them how to be a nonprofit organization, but what happened, the passion is gone. See, money always can divert you for your primary purpose, where they had a passion early on when they loved the loved one, but they're also where the perks of having a nonprofit organization where some of the elected officials want to be a part of what is really booming, where I am the guy. And I want to say this for those who are watching me. For those who are watching me on Facebook Live right now, and those who are watching me broadcast around the world right now, I am the guy that has the heart, the passion, the dedication to take this gun violent tour around every city. But because I don't get support with some of y'all elected officials in the city of Philadelphia, where I don't, even though I'm a registered voter, and I have registered over 85,000 people. A lot of people don't know that Showtime by Heikman, along with the Young Elite Society, we have registered over 85,000 people. I understand the process of where I don't belong to no one. All my great mentors has went home, where they have taught me the value of politics, but also knowing that they work for us. The leaders that I had, they always was a great service for the community. If some of my leaders were still here today, where I truly believe that they will find and roll up their sleeve and walk some of these streets, where none of these fancy elected officials that we got, they sit there and pick around people. They become jealous. They got attitude. They don't want to speak to you. You go in the supermarket, they got a quick response to you. They don't have no enthusiasm, and they are not bringing energy, where I'm not biting the back of the elected officials because y'all have voted for them, and it's not my job to bash them. I am not bashing nobody elected officials. I want to make that clear to my audience, to my fans, and those who are watching me around the world. But because we have the condition, especially in the community that I come from, where it's the same mentality, where people that are color have the same problem when a man or a woman speak out, or a man or woman do something wrong, where they're like dominoes. They will tell everybody, oh, I don't like Showtime the Hype Man. Oh, I don't like him neither. So what happened is that they all will fall in line to not even support me, where they will do there. Everybody looking at me where my thing is not going to work. See, this is not my radio show. This is God's radio show. This is not my platform. This is God's platform. See, the difference between me, I know this is God, because any of us can leave here today, tomorrow, where all this stuff, all this podcast stuff, all these nonprofit organizations, all these elected officials, all these business people, none of us go in the grave with none of this stuff. The main focus is that we got a way of trusting God's ability to allow God to move something powerful to reduce the killing and murders. My name is Showtime the Hype Man. We got a podcast radio live on Philly Hot Radio. Whistle while you at work. For callers, call in at 484-477-6348. This is your opportunity not to text me, not to email me. We need callers to call up the phone. The phone lines are open so we can hear your view. Or maybe you might have something in your gut, but you're afraid because Showtime the Hype Man or some elected official are watching y'all, so y'all afraid to call me up because you're a friend of theirs, or some of the union brothers that's in the union where nobody want to touch Showtime the Hype Man in Philadelphia, where I have learned early on at the age of 13, I know the blueprint about politics. I know the blueprint about raising money. I know the blueprint and the strategy of reducing murders and killing. I need y'all. And the only way we can do it when we bring love, like Double D said. Look at the brothers that's walking around. They got a billet inside near their spine, or look at the brothers that's in wheelchairs right now in wheelchair. You'd be surprised how many black brothers that's in wheelchairs today because of gun violence. You'd be surprised that a lot of brothers and sisters are walking around right now been shot where they don't even know where the bullet came from or paralyzed. For those who've been paralyzed for gun violence or know someone, call the radio station. We want to hear your story, where we want to hear some of the innocent people where the drama when it comes to gun violence in the city of Philadelphia. We want to hear your voice and call us at 484-477-6348. Yeah, you might think that Showtime the Hype Man Whistle While You Work is not a big platform. But if I keep adding, keep coming, this platform going to take off like a rocket ship, where my phone line's going to be bust wide open, where my phone is going to be ringing in St. Louis, Chicago, Detroit, where I know that I has the energy to stop gun violence in the city of Philadelphia. Not just Philadelphia. I have the blueprint right inside my spirit. God has gave me a blueprint how to stop gun violence. But if I don't get no platform, and when all these other Kentucky Fried Chicken leadership, where they give you a chicken breast, a biscuit, a corn on cob, where y'all sit back at a meeting where they don't understand that I am the one, I am the voice of reducing gun violence. But I need a platform. I need my audience to support Showtime the Hype Man along with Dr. Rock on Whistle While You Work. We are broadcasting live on Philly Hot Radio podcast along with Whistle While You Work. I cannot do it by myself. No one can do it without a team. My name is Showtime the Hype Man. The phone lines are open. We are broadcasting live on the podcast Philly Hot Radio, Whistle While You Work, every Saturday morning at 10 a.m. Call us. This is your time to call in. For those who like to call in, we got a phone line. Philly Hot Radio, my name is Showtime the Hype Man.
Good morning, Showtime. This is Sister Renee calling in. How are you today, my brother?
Hey, Renee, thank you for calling in, and we really appreciate you calling in. So, Renee, for...
I really appreciate you. And I just want to say, I'm really encouraged by the topic that you're discussing this morning. Now, you know I'm from Philadelphia, I live in Pittsburgh, and, all across the nation, this is all we're seeing. I've been here a week, right? And for the last week, all over the city of Philadelphia, it's been nothing but shootings. East Mount Airy, West Philadelphia, South Philadelphia, North Philadelphia, every day in the news. And I just want to also extend a shout out to Brother Double D on his comments. Everything is about love. Everything starts in the home. Our youth are pretty much raising themselves. Where is the leadership? But let me just point this out.
What I want to say that, and I want to thank you, caller, for calling, Renee. We really appreciate your calling. Where we're not used to engaging. Where I just said that 500 people died in 2020. In 2021, we had 89, and it's only in March. Where because I have a lot of Facebook friends, or maybe a lot of people, maybe that they feel that Showtime the Hype Man ain't the guy. Maybe because I don't have degrees, or maybe my radio show have not bought Scoop Dogg or Jay Z or any type or a big athlete, where they don't understand, where we're not used to a customer seeing a platform, where I know that if I got a big platform with 60,000, that I can move it with the voice that God gave me. But what is going on right now? I want to tell you clear what's really going on. That we are struggling as a race, where we have never learned the word love in the last 50 years. James Brown had a message said that I don't want nobody, do it for yourself. Just open up the door. We had a lot of ballad songs where James Brown said, say it loud. Where we got away from, they cut the music tide, where some of the radio stations and some of the artists, where just like Donny Hathaway, brother, 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 and where someone like Roberta Flack and Aretha Franklin were talking about, I don't need nobody, just give us some respect. Where some of the lyrics of some of our music and some of the industry, where Otis Redding, where Sam Cooke, where they came from segregation, where those who were born in the early late 50s into the early 60s, we have forgot about the word love, and what we did, we spread religion in our community, where if we look at some of the religion of the Afro-American base, when we ran for religion to save us out of depression, where white folks had their foot on our neck, where we didn't know nothing about love. We were fighting how to get out of segregation, where there was developing how to conquer financially, where we always still fighting of the color of our skin. So that's why the word love has a unity and platform. So I want to ask you a question, Renee.
Sure, no problem.
The question I want to ask you, what change have you seen with family in the black community? This is an all radio show for all people. I want to make that clear for those who are my white audience, my Latino audience, because black on black is killing each other in a rate that is spinning our head around, where it is spinning our head around every time we turn the news. What happened to the black family, where you was born? I don't know, I'm not going to say your age, but
Well, I'm in the 50s, I'm in the late 50s, so we're going to keep it real.
okay, good. So I'm 59 years old, where I'm a young G with a young spirit at 59. And I'm grateful to tell my age. It doesn't mean that I attract young people. I got so many young brothers at 22 and 23 and 24 years old calls me up and said, Showtime, we look up to you. I got a lot of friends behind the scene that I didn't know they'd look up to me. But it's those who are the big willers in the city of Philadelphia, where Philadelphia is 168, the most non-happy city. What do you think about hearing that rate about Philadelphia? We are at 168 out of all city. Philadelphia is at 168.
Well, it breaks my heart. Basically, leadership in the home is one thing. Discipline. Years ago, we had discipline. We had the elders. The community was pretty much like a watchdog in your block. People had love and cared about each other's children. Things change now, and I don't want to get so much into the pandemic, because the violence is still there, whether we got a pandemic or not. Once we have leadership back in the home and in the community and in government, maybe things will change. But I like the idea of a conference,
same narrative. It's the same thing in every neighborhood, every day. Black on black crime, violence, children, elderly people. Just this week, I'm visiting my family up in East Mount Airy, and in that particular area, bullets were sprayed all through the neighborhood. The other week in Yaden, it was a funeral. They went to the funeral and sprayed at the funeral. Until we get the discipline back in the home, start educating and teaching our children about love and respect, maybe then that's where the change can happen. And then you take it to a civil level and a government level. But definitely we need a moratorium on gun violence and to draw attention to that. And your platform is it's a start. We got to start somewhere. But if we don't get the support and people calling in and speaking out, we can't do it in a text. We can't do it in a Gmail. That's for backup. We need to address the situation and start talking about these issues and doing something about these issues. That's where I'm at with that. And love is the key to everything. And when that goes out the door, then it's just going to be a continuous battle. And a lot of people going to get hurt, innocent people.
Well, let me ask you another question before you go. What do you think, where you've been watching my show, for those who are watching me, where I had some bumpy roads, what do you like about Philly Hot Radio Whistle While You Work show, along with me and Dr. Rock every Saturday morning, because I can't not do it without Dr. Rock. I want to make that clear for my audience, because it doesn't matter.
You holding it up for Dr. Rock, and I would like to extend my prayers out, for her healing and everything. I understand what happened, and that right there is a prime example of, it can happen to any one of us on any given day. And I have 3 sons and a grandson, and my God, I pray for their, protection on a daily basis. And I believe that, Philly Hot Radio is a good platform and keeping it real and addressing these issues that are concerning our community on a daily basis. I mean, not to so much, disregard other platforms and podcasts, but we do need a platform where we can speak outrightly about what is really going on, to engage our community. Other than, the music is fine, music great, and I just want to hit on this. A lot of the messages and some of the younger music with the rap and everything, some of the messages, with upholding, not so much the violence, but triggering certain types of reactions, which young people ascribe to that, and that too has an effect on what's going on in the community, in our neighborhoods. But I really believe that you just hold fast, hold tight, keep believing, and keep the program going, and eventually it'll pick up momentum. I got much love and respect for you, brother, and that's why I call in to let you know I support you. I believe in what you're doing, and we just got to keep doing what we got to do.
Wow.
Radio, there's all kind of music talent. We need more talk radio. We definitely need to open up a forum and come up with a way where we can, like you were speaking before, just organize a conference or a moratorium where we can go from city to city, or just start right here in Philadelphia and address the issues, because we're only into March, and you can see the numbers right now. And by the time spring and summer comes, it's gonna be out off the record.
Wow. Well, I want to say something before you go, then I'm going to let you go, where Philadelphia have a chance, where we had 168 of the most unhappy city. Did Philadelphia hear that, what I just said? I know that elected officials and everybody in the city of Philadelphia, even the ward leaders now, where they are looking at me because they have that same jealous spirit where they pick and trying to be superstars in a political position. Being a politician, it's not about being a superstar and glamorous and have a jealous spirit. When you have people that are snots that don't want to talk, where they think they're a professional, where I'm not downing our elected official, it all goes with, if we had 168, where Philadelphia is the most worst unhappy city, we all got to look ourselves in the eyes. Everybody is accountable in Philadelphia. Don't get mad at Showtime the Hype Man, because Showtime the Hype Man pinpointed, so everybody else looking at me like I don't know what I'm talking about. So they'll look at me like, Well, Showtime, he just said something about Philadelphia. That's why I don't like him. So they're like dominoes. So Renee, we want to thank you. I don't worry about that. This is God's show. Yes.
Block committees, maybe there's a way, to engage different neighborhoods and to start that process up again because at the rate it's going now, Mikhail, I'm sad and it's heartbreaking. And then, when I go back, I live in Pittsburgh now, it's the same thing there. It's probably the same thing in all the major cities, but we got to start from somewhere. And if nobody's talking, nobody's talking. Nobody's going to get anything done, and it'll continue to increase in numbers until it affects, God forbid, one of us, God forbid. I'm just saying, we got to start from somewhere, and we need to talk about it. So
Wow.
thank you.
Thank you too.
Prayer, keep Philly Hot Radio, and keep bringing up these issues, and then maybe we can discuss some ways in which we can organize and, get the community more involved.
Wow.
Not just Philadelphia, even though I am from Philadelphia, it's happening all over the world. I want to thank you.
Thank you too.
You have a wonderful day. Take care.
Thank you. So that was Renee from Pittsburgh. Was she also a resident from Philadelphia where she been visiting Philadelphia where she is stunned how this city has turned around and turned their back on the youth and the real issues when it comes to dealing with outstanding. Yes, we got the same people on the spotlight. We got the same people in the nonprofit. Why is no new people not getting the opportunity in the city of Philadelphia where everybody want to be in a control thing and feel that I am the voice of this city where across this great country. I am the voice where I have not been discovered yet, where I know that God is watching me right now. For those who are watching me around the world, I am the voice, the new voice of this country, where I just don't depend on Philadelphia. I go global, and I am reaching out to those who are in Chicago, St. Louis, Baltimore, Wilmington, Detroit, New York City, South Carolina, North Carolina, Seattle, Connecticut, Boston, Cleveland, Ohio, Dallas, Texas, San Diego, Los Angeles, California, Kansas City, where I am the voice, and I'm reaching out to all the blue states. And those who are really concerned about the killing and murders that is going on around each and every city. For those who live in Philadelphia and they are watching our city where we have became one of the unhappy city at 168. Philadelphia, it's time for us to start looking at each other in the mirror. Everybody need to look in the mirror. My name is Showtime the Hype Man. I'm asking you, what can we do to help this great city of Philadelphia? Where next year come that Philadelphia can turn around, that we can be a happy city, but because we are a racist city towards each other, and black folks has turned around of hateness towards each other. It's a shame, God. God is not pleased with Philadelphia. God is not pleased with all them quiet boardrooms. God is not pleased with a lot of things that are going around the world when racists and the color of his skin in 2021. God is not pleased with all of us. When he gave life is a treasure of joy. Life is a treasure of happiness. My name is Showtime the Hype Man. You are watching Philly Hot Radio.
Hi, this is Showtime the Hype Man on Philly Hot Radio. Whistle while you at work. Along with my co-host, Dr. Rock. Tune in every Saturday morning at 10 a.m.
So broadcasting on Whistle While You Work. Before we're getting close to the hours, I want to thank for those keeping Dr. Rock in prayer, where Dr. Rock, hopefully she come back, but if she want to wait another week, it doesn't matter. Dr. Rock, we are still having you in your prayers. Where I also want to thank Philly Hot Radio, along with Whistle While You Work, for giving me an opportunity. For those who know that last week, where I have went to school to learn all the new technology, dealing with podcasts, dealing with OBS, where I'm dealing how to deal with all this new technology, even coming here as a technical, where I have learned all week long. I have spent 8 and 6 hours a day to recycle how to be an engineer and also be a tech support, even being a host on this radio show, where I am still looking for a young person, a female or a guy, maybe can come in, because then I can have them doing everything, that I can do what I do best. I am the voice. And I can hold my own down along with God. God has gave me everything I need to do what I need to do. Also, I'm taking speech classes to be a better speaker. Also, I am studying reading books so I can become one of the hottest new radio personnel around the world. I'm not just doing it in Philadelphia. I am a global radio personnel, where God is placing big opportunities for me. But for me to be in this program, I have to study my craft. Just like Michael Jordan, or those who are scientists, those who are doctors, those who are therapists, each and every one of us that want to have a passion. But it's important for me to put in some book work and some lonely time by myself, where I had set up something that I can learn every day to deal with the mic, deal with the sounds, deal with anything that goes wrong, that I can fix it, even dealing with the camera. I am grateful for any obstacles that ever went my way that pushed me back. For all my fans that came on my show where we maybe had some difficult, but we're going to get this thing right. Don't judge me for what I did, or if I sent a picture out, or other stuff where people sit there. See, Showtime the Hype Man is confidence in who he is. See, I got a relationship with God. See, I don't hold grudges. I don't have a problem with no one, because I have learned to forgiving even with my family members and those who maybe disapprove what I'm doing. Even the outlook of this radio show, with most people looking at me like I'm not going to make it. Or I invited some people out, and yes, the COVID-19, for those who know, I do have my mask. We have a protocol inside Philly Hot Radio, but when you come in, we have forms. We have a temperature where it will test you, tell you where your temperature at. I have done so many things, but I won't give up. My name is Showtime the Hype Man. I want to thank each and every one of y'all that watched us around the world. We are coming back with a brand new show, a brand new platform. Showtime the Hype Man won't give up, but also Monday show, the 12 o'clock noon radio show. We're going to be coming with explosive. So we're going to be talking about gun violence Monday morning, hoping that you will tune in. Also, we're going to be having some execution guests. We got some big-time guests coming on this radio show. My name is Showtime the Hype Man on Philly Hot Radio. Whistle while you work. My name is Showtime the Hype Man. Stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. This is our radio show. Peace. See ya.